What would you do if your cruel boss showed up at 1:30 a.m., shaking with fear, and the only way to save her could cost your little daughter her life? Adam Miller didn't have time to think. His 7-year-old daughter, Mia, was lying in a hospital bed with a weak smile and a fever that would not break. The doctor had said it clearly, the next treatment had to start soon, and the deposit was due in the morning. Adam had already sold his old watch, skipped meals, and taken every extra shift he could find. He was walking out of the hospital after another long night shift at a warehouse when his phone buzzed. Adam, his boss Clara Reed said, her voice cracked like it was someone else, "Please, don't hang up. I'm in the company parking garage. I'm not safe. I need you." Clara was the same woman who had embarrassed him in meetings, cut his brakes, and once said, "Your problems at home are not my problem." Adam's first instinct was to ignore her and run back to Mia. But then he heard a man's voice in the background, cold and laughing, and Clara whispered, "He has something, he will ruin me." Adam drove to the garage with his stomach tight. He found Clara near the back stairwell, her hands trembling, her phone on speaker. A man was ordering her to sign a late-night approval on a fake payment that would move millions out of the company by sunrise. "Sign, or everyone sees the video," the man said. "Your career ends. Your life ends." Clara saw Adam and tried to speak, but the man barked, "Who's that? Put him on. I can destroy him too." Adam's heart pounded. He thought of Mia's hospital bracelet, the deposit, the clock. Then he did something he had never done at work, he took control. He quietly started recording on his phone, then spoke calm and steady. "Give her 1 minute," Adam said. "The file won't go anywhere if you scare her into a mistake." The man paused, because calm voices make bullies nervous. Adam used that second to step closer to the security panel on the wall. He still remembered a code from his first week, when he helped fix a broken door for maintenance. He entered it, and the gate arm near the exit lifted with a loud click. "Now," Adam whispered to Clara, "walk with me like nothing is wrong." They moved fast but not running, because running makes you a target. Behind them, a car engine started. The man was coming. Adam pushed Clara into his car and drove out as the gate lowered again, blocking the other car for a few seconds. It was not much, but it was enough. Clara stared at him like she couldn't understand why he was helping. Adam didn't answer. He only said, "Tell me who is doing this," because he could feel the trap closing, and he knew one thing: if the wrong person blamed him, Mia would lose everything. By sunrise, the situation got worse. Adam dropped Clara near her apartment building, and she promised, "I'll handle it." "You did enough." But Adam had learned the hard way that promises are easy in the dark and broken by daylight. When he reached the hospital, the nurse met him with that careful look that says bad news is coming. "Mia's breathing is rough," she said softly. "The doctor wants to start the treatment today. We need the deposit by 9. Adam checked his account and felt sick. He was still short. He called the only person who could fix his job and maybe help Mia, Clara. No answer. Then a message popped up from an unknown number, a photo of Adam in the garage, taken from a distance, with the words, "Hero or Fall Guy? 8 a.m. meeting. Be ready." Adam's hands went cold. He knew what this meant. The blackmailer wasn't just after Clara. He was building a story where Adam was the criminal partner. If Adam got fired or arrested, Mia's treatment would stop. He sat in the hospital hallway and stared at the floor, trying to breathe. Then he remembered the recording. He played it back. The man's voice was clear, the threat was clear, and the fake payment was mentioned. But it was not enough. People with power can still twist truth. Adam needed proof that could not be argued with. He went back to the company early, before most workers arrived, and found the security guard who often nodded at him like a friend. "I need the camera footage from last night," Adam said. The guard frowned. "I can't just give." Adam showed him Mia's hospital wristband photo and said, "My child is fighting for her life. And someone is using your cameras to frame me and steal from this company." The guard hesitated, then unlocked the system. Adam didn't take the footage, he knew that could look like theft. Instead, he asked the guard to export it directly to the company's secure drive with a timestamp and his own login. Then Adam did another smart thing. He emailed himself a copy of the system log that showed who accessed the payment approval screen at 1:30 a.m. It wasn't Clara. It was someone with executive access, someone hiding behind her. At 7:55 a.m., Adam walked into the conference room with shaking legs and a calm face, because fear is what traps want. The room was full. The CFO, Victor Hale, sat at the head of the table with a fake smile. Several managers were there too, whispering. Clara's chair was empty. Victor looked at Adam and said loud enough for everyone, well, our hard-working single dad. Adam, tell us why you were in the garage with Ms. Reed after midnight. Adam felt anger rise, but he pushed it down. He thought of Mia again, of the nurse, of 9 o'clock. Because she called me for help, Adam said. Victor leaned forward. Or because you were helping her move company money? The room went quiet. Adam realized the trap was already set. And Clara still hadn't come. At exactly 8:10 a.m., the door opened, and Clara walked in like a storm. She didn't look weak now. She looked angry, at herself, at Victor, at the whole room. She held a folder in one hand and a phone in the other. Victor's smile tightened. Clara, he said, we're discussing a serious breach. Adam here, Clara cut him off. No, Victor. We're exposing one. She placed the folder on the table and turned her phone toward everyone. Last night, someone tried to force me to approve a fake payment. They threatened me with private footage to destroy me if I refused. And this morning, they tried to frame Adam as my partner. Victor's face didn't move much, but his eyes did. Adam watched those eyes and knew Clara was telling the truth. Clara nodded at Adam. He saved me. He didn't have to. He has every reason to hate me, but he didn't. Then she looked straight at Victor and said, the system logs show the payment request was created by your executive account. The security footage shows your driver's car waiting behind the stairwell. And the voice on the call? She pressed play. The room filled with that same cold voice, sign, or everyone sees the video. Victor's jaw clenched. Clara added, our legal team has the full export with timestamps. IT has confirmed it wasn't edited. One manager gasped. Another whispered, oh my God. Victor stood up fast. This is a setup. But he sounded like a man who knew his net was breaking. Clara didn't blink. Security is outside, she said. And so are the police. Victor tried to walk out, but two guards stepped in. The room shook with panic, but Adam sat still, almost not believing he was still breathing. Clara turned to him, and for the first time, her voice was gentle. Adam, she said, I owe you more than words. She pulled out another envelope and slid it across the table. This is a promotion to compliance lead, effective today. Full authority to audit payments, and a salary increase. But that's not the real reason. She looked at the managers and said clearly, this company will cover me as treatment. Immediately. I already approved it with HR and our insurer. The deposit is paid. Adam's throat closed. What? He whispered, because his mind could not catch up. Clara nodded once. I called the hospital myself, she said. They confirmed Mia can start the treatment within the hour. Adam's eyes burned, and he hated that tears wanted to come in front of people, but he couldn't stop it. Clara lowered her voice so only he could hear. I didn't forget what you did. And I won't pretend I did. Later that day, Adam ran back to the hospital and found the nurse smiling. It's approved, she said. We're starting now. Mia's small hand found his, weak but warm. Daddy, she whispered, did you win? Adam laughed and cried at the same time. We're still fighting, he said, but yes, we're fighting with help now. A week later, Mia's color began to return, and Adam started his new role, not just to protect the company, but to protect people like him from powerful monsters. Clara didn't become perfect overnight, but she became real, she listened, she apologized without excuses, and every time Adam looked at his daughter getting stronger, he remembered one truth: kindness does not make you weak, it can make you unstoppable. If this story moved you even a little, please like, share, and subscribe.